And one.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, everybody.
Hi!
There they are.
Magical.
We know you're there.
They've been waiting patiently for us.
Hey, welcome to Inside Live. It's Wednesday night. It's 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. I am Freebo, and this is...
Alice Howe.
And this is our good friend and special guest, Jimmy Vivino.
Hello.
We are
Hey, you guys.
Hi.
so happy to have you, Jimmy. Thanks
really
for
are.
I'm
coming.
glad to be here. Anytime I can come into Norm's, and play whatever I want.
Isn't it the best?
It is the best, except I never escape. You watch at the end of the day what happens to me today.
What's going to happen?
Are you gonna be leaving with
I wanna
something?
know
Well,
what's gonna happen.
it's like people come in and I'm always looking for the odd thing in here, and I don't know if anyone can see, but you will see this Guild Starfire that I found on the wall.
Oh yeah, this
And
is.
I feel like I found it. I don't think anybody else picked it up for I don't know how many years, But there's always something in here that, you saw when you were a kid and you wanted it so bad. And that's the basis, the root of all of our trouble as adults.
So
now, is
true.
that I want to buy Mr. Machine again and not take it apart this time. Because I could never, you remember Mr. Machine, I could never get them back together.
I used to cut all the hair off all my Barbie dolls,
You needed
and then I would
Tressie.
immediately regret
You
it.
needed Tressie. Tressie.
I've always wanted it to
No.
grow back.
Tressie had this, you'd pull this hair out of Tressie's head, and then you could cut it, or I know too much about this stuff. Let's not,
Sounds like it.
Well, everything that means nothing, I know a lot about.
You were saying that.
Yeah. It's the culture we grew up
Do
in
you-
the 60s, pretty much. TV culture.
She doesn't know anything about that.
No, she's a baby.
Yeah.
Are we starting with this already, you guys?
Yeah, we should
it's so
start-
early in the show.
How about-
We're
Give
so
me-
honored
give
to be
me-
working with such a young talent,
Thank you. Thank you.
But we know we have in common music.
Yes. Well, I
Should-
think humanity has that in
Well,
common.
it does indeed.
And, a good dose of a big fat dose of it can't hurt at this point. And we appreciate people tuning into these kinds of shows because this is what we
Absolutely.
have,
Yeah.
So,
What is
let's
that
not
guitar
get
you
too
have
used
there?
to it. Yeah.
What is that guitar you have there,
Tech.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, this is an
It's
electric
still got the
National.
price tag on it. I
Of course
see.
it does. This is like Norm's, AKA Mini Pearls. So, and that's another old reference. Mini Pearl was a country
Yeah,
comedian
she's great.
that always had a tag hanging off her clothes or her hat. Wow, these things went up. They don't make them anymore, I don't think. But it's just it's a resonator. Is it
Let's,
resonating with anybody out there?
I'm sure it is. We got a lot of folks watching from all over the world. Let's share that tune. Want to tell them about this
We
song?
could talk about Laura for a second.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
It just came to me over the last couple of days. I put up some pictures of Phoebe Snow and Laura Nero and Mavis Staples and some other great singers.
Both wonderful people you played with over the years.
You know, women that were so far ahead of the curve as far as it being, chick rock. No, these were singer-songwriters and performers. Mavis came right out of church. Phoebe was a kid, playing on the streets of New Jersey with her friend Harpo, and also with Dave Bromberg, learning to play a lot of that stuff that she taught me. And down the road, after working with Phoebe, I worked with Laura Nero, who, I was familiar with her songs more through everybody that covered them. Everybody, Fifth Dimension, Barbra Streisand, even Blood, Sweat, and Tears, a shameless version, or shameful.
Yeah, but a
Of
lot of people got to know the
one I want to
song.
do, because Laura and I used to play this song with mandolin and piano, way different than it was recorded. And to me, I always thought, boy, this was like a Muddy Waters or Sun House blues song or something. And it's called And When I Die. I've been doing it this way for so many years, I forgot how it used to go. I'm not scared of dying. Why? Don't really care if it's peace of finding dying. Let the time be near. Let the time be near. Let the time be near. Peace you find in dying. Oh, that time is here. Just bundle up my coffin. Yeah, it's cold down there. And when I die,
when
I'm gone, gonna be one child born. It'll be one child born. It'll be one child born in the world to carry on, carry on. My troubles are many, they're as deep as a well. I swear there ain't no heaven. Well, I pray there ain't no hell. Pray there ain't no hell. Pray there ain't no hell. But I swear there ain't no heaven, people. Well, I pray there ain't no hell. Well, I'll never know by living. Only my dying will tell. When I die, when I'm gone, gonna be one child born. There'll be one child born. There'll be one child born in a world to carry on, carry on. Well, give me my freedom for as long as I be. All I ask of living is no change on me. Need no change on me. Don't want no change on me. Well, all I ask of living, Lord, have no change on me. And all I ask of dying, well, let me go naturally. Yeah. When I die, when I'm gone, gonna be one child born, gonna be one child born, gonna be one child born in a world to carry on, carry on. Don't wanna go by the devil, don't wanna go by the demon, don't wanna go by Satan, don't wanna die uneasy. Let me go naturally. And when I die, when I'm gone, gonna be one child born. Is he one child born? Gonna be one child born in a world to carry on, carry on.
Yeah.
Big fun, that one.
What a great arrangement.
That's
I mean,
really fun.
most people know the Blood, Sweat, and Tears version of that, which is just fine for what it is.
Well,
but
it's fine. It's kind of like a mini opera thing going on with that. You know, it almost sounds like there's bits of Aaron Copland in there. Bum, 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 bum. It's like a bonanza barn dance.
Well, it was a 10-piece band. They had to do something.
Well, there's
with
a lot
pieces,
of good, and at that time it was kind of like a little mini opera going on. This thing is beautiful, though. I really like it. I really do like it. Now I'm gonna. Where are we?
Are you gonna?
Are we gonna talk some more, or you wanna?
Let's go right into another song. I think.
Okay, watch this.
In that case.
Are you gonna play that same one? This is the problem with Norman's rare guitars. You got so many choices.
I hear what you're doing.
I hear what you're doing too, Freebo. I'm gonna wait till he's got that thing happening. Freebo and I have been listening to this song a lot, and
Well, when I find the end of this wire, you know, this is like a life this is the life without a tech. You know,
we are our own techs tonight.
we all got to get back and
Except
be
we
our
got
own
Jen.
techs.
We got Jen running the cameras.
This could take a while, folks.
Do you need some help?
ready.
Can I help you, Jimmy?
That's it.
Do you want?
I'm just having trouble with the wires today.
Is it
My
this?
it's
Oh, I
it's
see it.
it's
No,
it's
I don't
that.
see it.
It's that.
Oh.
My tech skills is watching me, laughing his butt off right now, you know. Oh, man.
You're doing great, Freebo.
Bass solo.
Nothing's working now. I don't know what to say.
Go back to the National.
Am I got the right wire here?
Yeah, wait a minute. What are you guys doing over
What's
there?
this? I hope it, are you kidding? I was playing that one in the wrong end. That sounded pretty good in a straight up end.
Guitar to guitar.
You know what? Now, man, I gotta play.
Here we go. I am so ready. Born on a bad sign. I've been down since I began to crawl. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. Wine and women is all I crave. A blues band gonna take me to my grave. Born on a bad sign. I've been down since I began to crawl. If it wasn't for bad luck, you know I wouldn't have no luck at all. Well, my astrologist, she gave me the news. Saturn is up there, he's giving me the blues. Born on a bad sign. I've been down since I began to crawl. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. What do you got to say about that, Jimmy? Should I sing your verse? He was born with a mustache.
Hey. Was he?
He's had a frown since he began to crawl. If it weren't for that mustache, he wouldn't have no face at all. You want to take one, Jimmy? Sing a verse.
I can't read, I can't write. As you see, my life's been one long fight. Born under bad sign. Yeah. I've been down since I began to crawl. If it wasn't for bad luck, I couldn't even plug in this guitar.
He's a bad luck boy.
Bad luck time.
I'm a bad luck girl.
Bad luck girl.
Norm's a bad luck boy.
Bad luck trouble.
All of my days, yeah.
Fade out.
So this is the Starfire that was hanging like it was concealed behind a brand new Starfire.
Hey, speaking of which, I think maybe we got to turn up Jimmy's guitar. Is that possible? And maybe a little less
I've
bass?
never in my...
Are you getting it in there?
I am getting it in there.
Okay, I just want to make sure folks can
I
hear
never
him.
in all my years, Norm, have been told to
saying
turn
no?
my guitar up.
Ah,
Well,
all
let
right.
Me, let me give you the bass, Alice.
Give it to me, yes.
Here you go.
Oh, I want to say hi to some people.
Please do.
Hi, everybody.
I'm hanging onto this for dear life without
Let's see,
having to
what
change
camera am I
guitars
looking at this time?
again. Going through that again.
So welcome everybody, officially welcome. It's really fun to be here at Norman's Rare Guitars in Tarzana, California, with Jen running the camera. We got a little audience here of special friends, Brandon and Michael Lemo, and we got Norm here. And it's really great to be here with you guys in our home away from home here at the shop. And we're going to be doing a few different giveaways tonight. We are going to give away another premium instrument cable from Cordial Cables, and Jimmy's going to get one too for being on our show.
And they're going to say,
And you know what? And Jimmy, I just want to say, these cables, they plug themselves in.
Yes.
You know, they're great like that.
I noticed you were color coded.
Color coded.
Right?
So that, like if I knew the orange one went with this guitar, I wouldn't plug it
You
into
wouldn't
the
see it
wrong-
was plugged into the other guitar. Yeah.
You know what? Really, the word savant doesn't come close.
So you're going to get one of the. What's nice about these are lifetime guarantee. Anything goes wrong with it, they'll send you a new one.
That's right.
And try it with whether you use a pedal board or through an amp.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
incredibly
I
quiet. Just
generally
ask Michael
practice-
Lemo. He knows that. He's the first one to say it.
I generally practice unsafe guitar, but
There you go.
sometimes,
So,
I'll put something between the amp and the guitar.
So
what's
if
the
you
deal
are
with Alice?
interested in entering to win one of these cables that we've just been blabbering on about, you can put in the chat, please enter me into the cable giveaway, and we will pick somebody before the end of the show. So stay tuned, and Cordial will send you a cable. We will put you in touch with them.
And
what
Alice,
else do I want to say? I want to say hi to our friends at Cordial who are watching. I want to say hi to Vincent and Toby and Emily Brown and Jeff Sherman and Zach. Hey, everybody, it's great to see
great
you all
supporters
here.
of the show.
And to
Yes.
clarify, you're not giving free cable away.
We actually...
We are.
Oh.
No, you're not. No, you have to pay for your cable, folks.
You do have to pay for your cable, yeah.
In fact, it's time to dump your cable and get a smart TV and some Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Or get a book, right? Dump the TV.
Yeah.
And get a book.
Yeah.
That's a
Freebo,
good
you're
idea.
trying to give me this bass. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm trying to give you the bait, but I'm also trying to say we've got another giveaway. And for those people who don't play guitar or use microphones, don't use cables of that sort, but drink coffee, we've got a free giveaway of a pound of coffee, free trade coffee.
Fair trade.
Sorry. Excuse me, got the free in my mind here. Freebo.
Wait, I
Like I
almost
said.
lost. Wait, let me get my wallet out.
Is there something going on in this room right now?
No. Norm suggested I use this strap.
We
I
don't
should have known.
we don't have an endorsement with straps.
but go ahead, yeah.
Maybe we'll get one after
I
this.
feel
I
like
don't know.
I honestly feel like every time we talk about some kind of product that we endorse, it immediately breaks on
Something
the
happens,
show.
yeah.
And
No,
God said,
folks, okay, Fair Trade Coffee is fairtradecoffee.org. And how do they do this? Alice, pick a number, right?
We picked a number between 1 and 100 for the coffee.
And you've already picked that, right?
I have.
Okay.
And you have to put it in the chat, your guess of a number. Yeah, and that's how we're going to pick someone. And Jen's going to help me keep an eye on those numbers coming in, okay?
And you can have your choice, light roast, medium roast, dark roast, and you'll get a pound of coffee from Ari's Coffee Roastery in New Jersey.
Fair trade coffee.
Good friend of ours, Arpy Moros. We love you, Arpy. Thank you for sponsoring us. Appreciate it. Okay. I guess I got to pick up. We got to play some music, don't we? This is a
do.
music show after all.
beautiful Martin,
Thank you. So, many of you have heard this song before, but I thought it would be a good opportunity with Jimmy on guitar here and Alice on bass to play this. Am I plugged in here? Yeah. I'm going to put my headphones. Nah, I won't put the headphones on. I'm just going to trust it's going to sound good. Jimmy, I had a dog once, And
I heard about that.
that beautiful dog, golden retriever. And back when I was married, and my wife and the dog spent a lot of time on the bed together. And one day I looked at the two of them, and I realized that the dog was in my place, and she was in her place, and I was not. I said to her, I said, I think you love a dog more than me. I was just kidding. And she didn't say anything.
Oh,
I know.
That's deafening silence.
It was a deafening silence. It was definitely a pregnant pause, so to
Definitely
speak.
thinking about it.
Pregnant pause, PAWS, yes. But
Yes.
dear.
My new company.
Oh,
folks.
my God, I'm sorry. So I'm going to play this song, which I wrote because of that, with my good friend Harold Payne. It goes like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4. For you, Norm. Once upon a time, everything was so fine, cozy, just my baby and me. I was so well fed, had my breakfast in bed. I was happy as a man can be. Then my buddy called up, had the cutest little pup. I couldn't help but take him in. Little did I know her affection would go to my new little four-legged friend. Now she loved my dog more than me. She loved my dog more than me. I love my dog, she loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. We were lying by the fire, burning with desire, when suddenly, to my chagrin, as the fire got to stoking, came a cold nose a poking somewhere it should not have been. I thought she'd shoo him away, but she told him to stay. It kinda took me out of the zone. Now a man's best friend gets a girl in the end, and I'm left holding the bone. 'Cause she loved my dog more than me. She loved my dog more than me. I love my dog, she loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. Play it, Jimmy. Faster. Lovely. So I'm sitting here fuming while he's getting all the grooming. That ain't how it's supposed to be. Well, I don't hate him, but I got an ultimatum. Baby, it's the dog or me. Well, I got a reply. She led me outside and she handed me my people chow. Now I'm howling at the moon while he's up in my room, and I'm in the doghouse now. Sing with me. She loved my dog more than me. She loved my dog more than me. I love my dog. She loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. Ba 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 ba. There's a moral to the story. When you fall from the glory, you gotta do it gracefully. So I'm back in the bed with the dog at the head. We're a nuclear family, and I accept my fate. This little debate, because there ain't no democracy. From the moment he came, it's been a doggone shame. It's been a doggone shame. nice. One more time. I like it. It's a doggone
Shame
that she loved my dog more than me. 1, 2, 3, 4. She loved my dog more than me. She loved my dog more than me. Lovely.
I love my dog.
She loved my dog, but she loved my dog. Let's do it one more time.
She loved my dog more than me.
She loved my dog more than me. I love my dog. She loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. 5. Yes,
I love my dog.
she loved my dog, but she loved my dog more than me. Ba 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 ba
Ba ba ba ba ba ba.
Little
Oh,
Led
we're gonna have
Ze-
to pay for that.
a little Led Zeppelin at the end there.
Well, it's Black Dog, you know.
Nice.
Dog songs.
That
Hey.
was fun.
You have an entire album. Or
I do.
Albums
I
of
do.
Dogs.
Yeah, and that one's not on it. That's on my latest one. But yeah, the other one's called Dog People.
And dogs actually buy these albums.
Well, yeah, Norm's dog walked in one day and barked at me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
barked at
handed
me, said, "I
out
want
a
one of those
$20
albums."
bill, and yeah, it was amazing.
Just gave me the paw and
So,
pawed.
since this is an interview of Jimmy Vivino,
It is.
maybe
Is that what's coming now?
may we ask you a little bit about yourself? I hear that you're the music director on
I've been
Conan,
with
and you
Conan
have
for
been since
27
1993.
Yeah, 27 years we've
So-
been doing that. And now we're finishing up our third incarnation at TBS. We started two different shows at NBC, and then the TBS show for 10 years, and now they're moving on after after June, I think we finish up our contract with TBS, and then there's a new show coming out on HBO Max. That
Oh, cool.
And that we it's kind of in development right now.
I think maybe I saw a billboard for that
Yeah,
somewhere in
it's-
LA.
It's starting,
So it can be a little bit like a Bill Maher type of thing, where it's a little
Well, no,
bit
I think it'll be a
more-
1-hour variety show. Is what I've heard from what I've heard. A 1-hour variety show once a week, which is kind of in the way where you can really put one quality show together. So
Right.
over a couple of days of rehearsing and it's exciting to after 27 years for them to keep going, and that the delivery system has changed so much now.
Right.
With network TV kind of dying on the vine, and cable TV too. And I was just joking before when I said it's all going to be streaming, but it will all be streaming one day.
That's right.
And I don't think tube radios and big bands are coming back as much
Probably
as I'd love
not.
to have it. We're going into a new, a brand new sort of delivery system
It is.
for our entertainment. And
Absolutely.
This
This is part of it. I
What
mean,
we're
this-
doing now is part of it.
This has been a huge learning curve for me. Obviously, those of you who have watched every week, you know that we were pros from the very beginning at streaming, and have never had a single glitch ever. But despite that, yes,
the team.
there's
the-
been a
the
lot
tech
to learn.
Team that finally figures out how to do this, so you could be at your
Remotely,
house and I'm
yeah,
at my
yeah.
house,
And we can
Become-
and
just-
you're at your house,
So we
and
can make a
there's
lot
no
of money.
lag, or they're going to make $1 billion.
Absolutely.
So kids.
Jimmy, let me ask you something. What are your early musical influences? I mean, how did you wind up being who you are? I mean, you don't have to give us a whole story, but I mean, what was your first musical
Well,
influence?
my father.
Both what you were listening to and how you were playing your instrument. How you
My
picked it up.
father was a trumpet player, but he was the first generation off the boat. He came over here in steerage on the bottom of a boat,
Wow.
like the Titanic.
Wow.
So my father,
I'm
when
sure
he
it
got
wasn't-
here,
it
they
wasn't the
came-
Titanic, I'm
No, it
guessing.
was not. They
Yeah.
got here,
Yeah.
but they were from a family of carpenters,
Mm.
and when an old world family would be, that was it. That's what your family defined who you were for the rest of your life.
Right.
So My father was a great trumpet player, and he had a collection of Roy Eldridge and Louis Armstrong and Charlie Shavers and Bunny Berrigan and Big Spiderbeck and all this great stuff, jazz, and and they also my mother had all these Broadway records, so I grew up like
all the Rodgers and Hammerstein
and then
stuff.
we had a ton of comedy, all those Bob Newhart records and all the Von Meter's First Family. The Alan Sherman records, My Son the Nut, so to me the records were my education, and so at like 8, I started playing trumpet. My father was teaching me trumpet, and my father would say, play your lesson for me, because if you're not ready, he would know. He said, I'm not taking you. And yes, passive aggressive behavior, it was fine. It got me to practice.
It was effective.
It made me feel bad. I wasn't traumatized, folks. My father had to grow up. My father and mother grew up like raising the Three Stooges, 3 brothers. So yeah, there was a lot of things flying around the house. But music was the biggest thing, and I played trumpet from when I was 9 till I went into college. And along the way, my uncle had a crappy harmony guitar in the basement that he was getting divorced, so he left his stuff in the basement. And there was this guitar with 3 strings. So when I was about 10,
3 strings.
3 strings. Oh yeah.
A rare street.
So the E, A, and D were on it, and that was it. Because all the other strings broke.
Wow.
And so I learned to play Beatles songs.
Good for power chords.
I learned to play bass line.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because you had the octave, and then you just move your whole hand up.
Right.
But I learned to play bass that way, and then we had a piano in the house, so I learned to play piano too, just by myself, figuring out songs. And I remember in high school, I was a trumpet player in bands, and it was like, there's no horns in these bands. So I got a Farfisa organ and started playing organ and singing in bands, and so music, anything you learn in music, all my trumpet playing applies to everything beyond that. And then, like Norm, I played B3, me and my brother. Now the funny story about that, Norm, is my brother, I made him buy the van. He was a saxophone player. I said, you got to buy a van so we can put the B3 and Leslie to go to work. He said, so we bought one of those big, long vans, those big Fords, and I did that from probably about 74 to, 78 or 9 or something.
And your back is still okay?
I was done. Wait, the B3 Rhodes, the clavinet, and its own sound system. That was me. My brother with his one saxophone, and he could barely fit it into his own van.
Was he the slower brother? Because he went for that.
He was too busy practicing to know what else was going on. He's a saxophone player. They never take the horn out of their mouth. So then I switched to guitar. It was about 22, I think, something like that. And I went to. And my father called up Bucky Pizzarelli because they went to high school together. New Jersey, full of Italian jazz guitar players everywhere you turn. So Bucky said he couldn't do it because he was working on Tonight Show and he didn't have time to do lessons, but he gave me this guy, Joe Cinderella, who I went to. And I went to Joe Cinderella, then Harry Leahy, and Jack Wilkins, and studied guitar. And then pretty much found out when I had to work, I had to forget everything I learned.
Right.
And learn how to play in bands to get with music with people. And since then, it's been mostly guitar, and I was... for a long, I said today, Phoebe Snow was the first real gig I got. I had been doing all kinds of clubs and stuff like that, and from Phoebe, I moved on to Al Cooper, and then Felix Cavalieri, and then Laura Nero and John Sebastian all at the same time.
Great people.
And they were very, very kind of incestuous relationship. Felix would produce John, or John, they would produce Laura Nero, and that was a kind of a clique that I got into. And then Odetta. And which was just one of the greatest experiences. And then Johnny Johnson, Hubert Sumlin, Sun Seal.
Serious blues.
Yeah, all the blues.
Hey, Jimmy, I hate to interrupt you, but we got to have you talk into the mic more.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to make it.
He's a guitar
tough
player.
'cause
Albert Lee did the same thing.
I just want them to hear him.
Well, okay.
There, that's great. Oh, okay.
They
I
can hear him.
just want to make sure. I'm
That's
sorry.
That's why I have
Mama
my headphones.
knows. Wait, Mama knows.
Yeah.
Listen to Mama.
There's-
And even if she doesn't, she knows.
They can hear us more.
So each one of those people taught me so much, not only about music, but about living together, and you know, and we never had a problem. You know, I was the guy when I went over with Johnny's band, you know, with Mike Merritt and James Wormworth and Johnny, and the Germans would come, "Why are you here? What are you doing here? You know, you are not African American. You should not be playing the blues." So that's kind of a reverse discrimination that I took it like as okay, I can take this. This is nothing compared to what people have been through.
Well, it also kicks you in the butt and says, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to show them that you know you don't have to be black to sing the blues or play the blues or be soulful.
No, but all those famous German blues singers, who were they? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, now it's changed though.
Yeah.
Now it's changed.
Yeah.
You know, the world has gotten smaller in a lot of ways. You know, and people. Now everyone all over the world is dying for live music to come back. You know, we're waiting for it. We're all waiting for it.
Man,
So
I miss going to shows so much.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I moved out here to LA is because I just wanted to be out
Yeah.
going to shows all the time. And it's
and
been
the
such
thing-
a strange year of just that deprivation.
That's where we meet people too, at
Yeah,
live
totally.
shows. I met you.
It's where it all
at Genghis
goes
Cohen,
down.
You know, playing. I've probably met you before and don't remember if I heard you sing before, but I would have remembered. But
Thank you.
I would have remembered you.
Thank
yes.
you.
But
I want to ask you a question that
Yeah.
somebody actually sent us. Someone sent us a really generous tip and a question with the tip. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie wanted to know, Jimmy, if there was one band or artist that most inspired you to go into music as a profession, who would that be?
Okay, so that would have to be the old cliche of sitting in 1964 in front of the Ed Sullivan Show and seeing the Beatles. And
Yeah.
you know that it sounds like a cliche now to young people, but it was a monumental. You know,
I
you
remember.
will agree
I sure
with me
do.
on that.
Yeah.
You know, because having to sit through the Lawrence Welk show with my grandmother and grandfather first, that also gave me a good education of what I knew I didn't want to do. You know, if you practice, they would say, if you practice your trumpet long enough, you can appear on Lawrence
You're
Welk.
like, I'm never going to
I'm
practice.
not practicing anymore. Give me a guitar.
Oh, my goodness.
And there was a bit of a revolution. You know, these stores like Norm has, they didn't exist, man. You know, it didn't. You know, and Norm will agree with me that a lot of the guitars are still popular because of who played them in the 60s. You know, not necessarily because they're great instruments. You know, the Hofner bass is one of the worst, isn't it? Isn't it? The Hofner, one of the worst constructed pieces of, but everybody wants one.
But the way Paul played it and with the pick.
Hey, wait, are you doing a sales pitch here?
You know, that old, like, okay, if I get a wah-wah and a fuzz box and a Marshall and a Strat, I'll sound like Hendrix. We know that's not true.
Not quite.
But kids, you know, yeah, so the Beatles were the first thing. And then my father took me to see all the big bands. So I was still playing trumpet then. And so we saw Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Earl Father Hines. We saw Lionel Hampton, Stan Kenton, and I don't know, 5 or 6. I used to see Thad Jones and Mel Lewis all the time on Monday nights. My father and my brothers we would all go, and this big band was in this tiny little room wrapped around. And so I started arranging. You know, I started arranging in 8th grade for big band and orchestra. I got a couple of books, like Lincoln, you know, and read them and started doing stuff.
By candlelight?
And yeah, you know, it was yeah, exactly, yes, on the back of a shovel. This book was. I started to make a living as an arranger and orchestrator later on. I came out here first time in 1990 with Mark Shaman to do Sister Act. So I was an orchestrator on that and an arranger and writer. And then came back out to do a couple other movies with him. And I was going to move out here in 93, but then the Conan gig came in New York.
Perfect
So
time.
I would have been here. I would have met you much earlier.
That's right.
Both you weren't born yet.
Probably not.
No.
Here we go again. As Norm said, I find all the musicians that I play with at the local nursing home.
Not too
Yeah.
close?
So
Oh.
I'm sorry, Maddie. That's the short answer.
Hey, you guys, how about we play another song?
How about that?
Okay,
Yeah. You got
Jimmy, you said you wanted to play 500 miles, right?
Oh, yeah,
I thought
hold
I thought I could start it off.
Somebody talk while I try to change guitars.
Okay, let's see if it works this time. I just want to say again, thank you all so much for those of you who have sent in tips already. I'm seeing them come in. Thanks, Eric. Thank you, Jonathan Smith, Bob Kelly, Ken Dow, Eileen Berg, Tom Patterson. Thank you. And by the way, I want to mention we have a coffee winner, Tom Patterson, because you were very close to my number was 29, and he guessed a 26. So,
Wow.
Tom, my
Congratulations,
good
Tom.
friend Tom and Elizabeth, thanks for the tip, and thanks for watching every week, and we're excited to send you a pound of coffee.
And Tom, I know you drink coffee because we drank coffee together out in the pier.
We did in Malibu.
Malibu Pier.
Oh,
yeah.
God, back in the good old days.
Good old days. We didn't have to wear masks.
Yes. So thank you all so much for your donations. They really help us a lot, and we're going to be splitting them all 3 ways. And if you didn't see in the chat, all the tips can go to Venmo or PayPal. I put up both my Venmo and PayPal, and I swear I will distribute them evenly. Maybe. I promise I will. Okay, so
500?
yeah, we'll try 500 miles, right, Jimmy?
You guys know it?
Yeah, do you?
You know this, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
knows it.
Okay,
Check it out.
great.
But it's in D, right?
No, we're doing in C.
D.
Oh, we do D.
Oh, right,
We need a
capo.
cheater. Oh, a gold one.
Yeah, this is my gold one. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Not a shirt on my back, not a penny to my name, and I can't go home this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. No, I can't go home this way.
Is this the song you were thinking about, Jimmy?
No, you can tell by the way I was playing.
Oh.
Wait, do you have a version?
We're going to do my 500
You
miles.
you have
your
a 500 miles? Oh, okay. It's a little different.
Oh, yeah! I would walk 500 miles. I'd wear 99 pair of shoes.
there ain't no trains running down on Route 66. They put up a super highway, ain't no place to get your kicks. I would walk 500 miles and wear out 99 pair of shoes. I'd do anything in the world, little boy, or to get back home to you.
Yeah.
Well, I walk 500 miles.
500 miles.
Well, I walk 500 miles.
No, I walk 500 miles.
Well, I walk 500 miles.
Ooh.
Wear out 99 pair of shoes.
I worn out my shoes.
There ain't nothing I wouldn't go through just to get back home to you.
Yeah. Oh, that 500 miles. Oh.
100 miles.
Let's
With all due
do another
respect to
song for
Peter, Paul, and Mary and the Weavers.
No disrespect, yeah.
No, yeah, all due respect, yeah.
We just thought that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's that.
Oh, okay, hold on then.
One day, Freebo, we'll have a mixer with 10
we'll
channels.
have enough channels. Here you go.
When we grow up.
When we grow
Maybe
up.
Santa will bring me a
When is
mixer
that
with
gonna
10
be?
channels.
Santa, please. We gonna do a Christmas show, Alice?
We are going to do a Christmas show.
When are we doing that?
We're actually doing that on... Do you mean for this show? Or this? Or
Yeah.
for,
Well, any Christmas show. Christmas is Christmas, and we are us. And
we are going to do a couple. There's going to be a special Alice and Freebo, like, ticketed Christmas show that's... The tickets are actually up. They will be up on my website later this evening. That's going to be December 19th. We're going to do a special Just Us concert, just trading some songs. We're going to learn some Christmas tunes. And then I think we're going to use some of those Christmas tunes that we learn on the December 23rd episode of Inside Live. Freebo and I are just going to interview each other, actually, because we don't always get to talk about ourselves and our history so much, right? We're going to interview
we get to
each
talk
other.
about ourselves.
We're going to
a little
be
bit? Oh my
each
God.
other's guests on the 23rd, which is going to be really fun.
That would be interesting.
And next week, we are having Tret Fury, amazing singer-songwriter that Freebo is known for a long, long time. She's going to be on next Wednesday. And the Wednesday after that, stay tuned for the Wednesday after that.
If you got them, tune them.
I don't tune Freebo's bass. It has a special thing happening up here.
There's a couple of things like tuners, right? Like we love these tuners, and they go into that void, disappear.
Freebo tells me that
I don't know where they go, but we lose them.
in the olden days, you didn't have them.
I grew up without tuners.
And it sounded like more guys because we were all out of tune.
Took a little bit more time, but
But you know what? The other thing we don't realize is that if you called somebody on the phone and you didn't hear back from them until 2 or 3 days, it was okay.
I try to live by
What
that
happens
rule.
now? Then you're going to get an email, you're going to get a text, you're going to get a phone call.
It's
Where
true.
are you? It's 10 minutes. I've been trying to get you for 10 minutes. Slow
Tell
down.
you what,
this song's kind of appropriate to what you're talking about, Jimmy. Let me tell you about my angel, the one you never see, my everyday companion, living deep inside of me. She guides me through the trenches, she gets me out of every mess. She's my Bible, she's my buddy, she's my personal GPS. Well, she leads me on my journey, she leads me to the goal. She's always on the money, never leaves me in the cold. And every time I listen, I wind up being truly blessed. She's my Bible, she's my buddy, she's my personal GPS. I'm at the fork in the road, I gotta make a choice. So much going on, I don't heed her voice, so I make a wrong turn. I'm feeling lost and afraid. Then I hear my angel calling, recalculate. Well, I gotta pay attention. This is powerful stuff. I gotta turn it on, and I gotta turn it up. 'Cause every time I do it, you know I'm guaranteed success. She ain't my Bible, she ain't my buddy, she ain't my personal GPS. Play it for me, Jimmy. One more time. Well, I'm floating, lost and lonely. I'm drifting in the dark. Will I ever find a harbor? I don't see it on the chart. Was something saying no, but someone else is whispering yes, yes, yes. She ain't my Bible, she ain't my buddy, she ain't my personal GPS. She ain't my Bible, she ain't my buddy, crystal clear and never muddy. She's my Watson, she's my tunnel, never tardy, always pronto. She's my Sherpa, she's my guide, never runs and never hides. Truly awesome, she's the best. She ain't my personal GPS. My personal GPS. My personal GPS. My personal GP. Take us out, Jimmy. She's my personal GPS. My personal GPS. She's my personal GPS. I say she's my personal GPS. Yeah. Nice.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Jan. Oh, all right.
I was like, wait a minute. They're not clapping. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. You guys, Jen is multitasking in a big way right now. Let's see what we got next.
Let me ask you about you.
Oh.
I know where he came from. They don't make them anymore.
Fortunately not.
I think they only made one.
Where are you? You're not from L.A., right?
No, I am not. I am originally from Boston.
Okay.
From Beantown. I grew up just outside of Boston, and I've been singing my whole life, playing guitar since I was about 13.
Okay.
I went to school not for music. I actually majored in medieval European history at Smith College.
That's fascinating.
Because I'm just
I love
a weird nerd, and I love history, and I mean I've wanted to do this my whole life. I just kind
Were
of
there nights that really said me?
No, that's just in Monty Python.
Just wondering.
The Knights of Knee, yes.
Yeah, no, but I came out to LA about It's almost 2 years ago now. And I had been coming, so Freebo and I met at a conference called Folk Alliance International.
Oh, yeah, that's the greatest, right?
And that was kind of as I was starting to, I guess, try to, go pro, as they say, whatever that means.
It's a camera, right? GoPro.
Exactly. And so I was there to meet people and network, and Freebo heard my EP that I had just put out, and
her voice.
And my voice, and
out here, and then this happened.
And I know it's too bad, but I'd been coming out to record in Bakersfield actually, and Freebo and I worked on my latest record. He produced it at a studio. Yeah,
Only in music.
Really wonderful studio in Bakersfield.
There's magic in the dust of Bakersfield.
It was a really special place to do it, and our good friend Brian Boozer has a studio out there, and I just kind of slowly made my way out here. All my family's back east. It was kind of time for
right now, so
a change for me.
Very cold.
Every day I step outside, I'm like, is this for real? This sun and this weather? And to be honest, Freebo the other day was like, it might rain for Christmas. And I was like, so now those are the parameters. It might rain for Christmas. Okay, I'm trying to get used to that idea.
Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain.
Exactly.
All those snow songs.
But that's
Frosty the Raindrop. No, that's not as good.
Not quite. No.
But thank you. Now
that's the short.
Now I know that I couldn't possibly have met you if you've only been here for 2 years.
No, that's right. I was here in another life.
Yeah. Well, there are old souls that
She is an old snow.
Yeah,
absolutely, an old soul, without a doubt.
In the songwriting more than anything. So that's.
Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah.
Where are we? We're gonna play?
I think we're gonna play. Can't Find My Way Home.
Oh yeah.
Love to do that one.
When did you first hear this song?
I guess it must have been 1970, right? 70, 71. Whenever the
Blind Faith record.
Album.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved it right away. I loved that album right away. I know there was a tumultuous sort of, it was that kind of a thing where, according to Eric's book, he had just shed the Cream experience, and he finally got together with Steve Winwood, and then Steve shows up at his door with Ginger in tow. So, most of Cream now, you have the guitar and the drums, and then I'm sure Jack wasn't happy, but the sound they made was
it's great.
A great
all that Traffic stuff was incredible.
Yeah.
We were big fans. This band I was in called Edison Electric.
Yeah.
And
I hadn't heard of that band before.
Well, we made a little bit of a splash, but we
not Edison Lighthouse. That was a different band.
At the Lighthouse?
Edison Lighthouse.
Oh, that was a different band, yeah. And then there's the Lighthouse in Hermosa Beach, which is completely.
You're right. Dick Smith.
Yeah, we used to play the song with Bonnie.
Yeah.
There's actually a bootleg of Bonnie and myself doing this song from way back. But
let's
hear your version of this.
Get it, man.
Come down on your own and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting all these years. Somebody holds the key, and I'm near the end, and I ain't got the time, and I'm wasted, and I can't find my way home.
Well, I can't find my way home. No, I
Can't find my way home.
ain't done nobody wrong. But I just
Can't find my way home. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, Steve Winwood, for that.
Hey, Norm, do you want to come say hi to the people? No? Come on, Jen, get that camera on Norm. Oh, come over here.
Oh no, that
Come
no,
over
You don't
here.
need a mic.
They can
I
hear.
don't need no
Just
mic.
talk right where you're standing. Can't turn around.
No, you know,
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, that metal mic will pick you up. Just talk right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right here?
Hey, Norm. Thanks for having us here again.
Thank you.
You
Does that
looking-
sound great?
He wears sunglasses inside.
Well, I wear a mask too, you know, so I don't want anybody to know who I am in this store.
Hey, Norm, how many pairs of sunglasses you got?
I got a few.
I
but,
know you do. I've
I used to lose them all the time.
They go with the tuners, where the tuners go. And that extra sock you can't
That's
find.
why I carry a pick all the time. You know, I don't even play guitar. But
Did you
So-
get a shot of all this? Is this in the shot? All
I know.
This?
This is such an amazing place.
well,
You don't even have to play guitar to want to come here. And
can I go back in the corner now?
No, I'm
stay
trying to
here.
think of a good question to ask you. So put him on the spot.
The first music you saw that made you want to be a B3 player, you know?
Well, I love the Rascals.
Yeah.
And Jimmy invited me to go see the Rascals when they played out here a couple of years ago. And it was a pretty cool experience just
Yeah.
seeing them again, just seeing that they're alive and all that.
At the Greek, right?
At the Greek Theater, and you introduced me to a couple of the guys. It was pretty cool.
And you probably could have played some of those songs still if you.
I can't remember any of that stuff, but I did play them all. We were like,
Well, you know, the clubs that we played in as kids, we all played all of those soul,
Absolutely.
blue-eyed soul songs.
Yeah, what Blue-Eyed Soul? They pretty much invented Blue-Eyed Soul, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Some people will say, you know, the Righteous Brothers may have come right before them, with that, but not playing Wilson Pickett songs. You know, not playing like really R&B, real. You know, Mickey's Monkey.
did you remember a band called Raven?
Yes,
They were
sure.
out Upstate
Now-
New York. They were
Yeah.
really
Now,
good.
I saw them at the Fillmore in '69, right? Opening for Johnny Winter, probably. And years later, I found out that Gary Malaber, a good friend of ours, was
Good
the
friend of
drummer.
mine too. Yeah.
And he was like 16 at the time with Raven. They came down from
Buffalo.
Buffalo, right?
Yeah, they were a great band.
They had a guy, lead singer, that played flute. You know, which was very cool. You know, and not like Jethro Tull, but
Yeah, no.
Tony,
Tony,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Tony's
Tony.
a buddy of mine. Yeah.
Hey,
He's
Norm.
actually a real good guitar player.
Yeah,
and a
he
great
is.
singer.
Yeah. Tony's still out there.
One person wants to know, how many guitars do you yourself own at home?
Own
At home,
at home.
Like
Well, I
you
don't
know,
own any.
personally.
My wife owns a lot of them, though.
Really?
She doesn't play, but she just owns them all. She owns everything I own.
That's funny. My wife.
She owns you.
Norm.
Except for this pick. That's why I carry it with
It
me.
is
Norm,
California.
my wives
after all.
own a lot of mine.
Yeah, there you go. I've been married 51 years. It's
Oh,
like,
God
bless
it's
you.
Congratulations.
kind of like a very expensive divorce. I get a broken string, and maybe I could keep the pick.
Well, no, let me ask you more pertinent. How many guitars are in this shop right now, would you say?
Just
I
a
don't
display.
have a count, but
Take a guess.
We've got some in a warehouse, and I've got some all over the place, but about 2,000 guitars. Not
Yeah.
Wow.
just here.
No, yeah.
There's
Wow.
maybe about 700 or 800 here.
Wow, amazing.
Then there's the warehouse. That's like the Fort Knox of the stuff that it's very, it's one thing to be a dealer, but to be a collector also. And
It's
you're
a
not a
dilemma.
guitar player. The first instrument you bought was a bass, I believe.
Right. Well, I was playing
Good-
organ.
good
I
bass
play
player.
like a little bit of everything and a lot of nothing.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I know a lot about nothing too.
But
whole lot of
one thing I love about a guitar, and this is the reason I really dig guitars, is you can put a vibrato on a note, and it's like a voice.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to put
Yeah.
a Leslie switch on for that thing.
Right. It's a little different kind of vibrato. And then on the synths, it's like, not
And that's
same
the
thing.
whole BB King thing.
Yeah,
Of the
absolutely.
voice extension of the guitar.
Well, I think we're going to hear a little bit of that later.
Well, we are. We just
Not quite yet.
In
Not if you're
case
lucky.
in case some of you folks are thinking about leaving, don't, because in a very short while before we end this thing, we're going to have Norm go over to the B3, and he's going to play with us. on
I'd
the
leave
song.
now if I were you.
No.
No way.
He plays great. Plays great. Very authentic B3
Well,
playing.
I'll let you guys go back
Oh,
to it.
yes.
But it's always great to
Wait,
have
one more,
everybody, Jimmy.
one more question, Norm, from an audience member. What's your favorite? Ask Jen.
Favorite guitar of all time.
What's your favorite guitar of all time?
There's a lot of them, but I have a blonde dot neck ES335. I've got some great acoustics that I really own. It's like your children. I mean, it's hard to pick out. I mean, the favorite for today, or the favorite of all time. I don't know what I would be stuck on a desert island with.
yeah.
You know
I'd
what
need
the
more
best
than one.
guitar is, though, Norm? The
Many.
one you don't have.
That's right.
That's what keeps
next
Norm in
one.
business.
The next one.
next
is right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we can get back without all this COVID crap and people can come in, hang out, play.
But
Well, and-
you know what? If you come to LA, even if you don't play guitar, you should come here.
Yeah, make an
Yeah.
appointment
You know?
now. You guys are appointment only
Yeah,
at the
just
moment. but-
look up Norman's Rare Guitars. He's in Tarzana,
Yeah.
which was named after the guy who wrote Tarzan, actually. And
Only in LA.
Joe Tarzana?
Yeah, Joe Tarzana.
No.
All right.
You're going to give away a T-shirt and
Yeah.
my pick, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna
What's
get.
that?
You're going to give away a T-shirt
That's
and
right.
my pick?
We are going to give away a T-shirt along with the giveaway. By the way, do we have a winner yet, Alice, for the cord?
Do.
We do.
We do. And I want to ask Jimmy a couple more questions from our
I'm
audience.
going to let you guys go to
Okay.
it.
Okay, don't trip
Thank
on
you,
anything.
Norman.
We'll see you in a bit behind the B3.
Okay. I got a couple more questions from our audience is very much interested in Jimmy Vivino.
Oh, well,
they
thank you.
want to know what's the deal with Jimmy. So, number one.
What's the deal with you? That's a
No.
tough question.
What guest musicians on Conan have you been particularly impressed with, either musically or professionally?
Well, for me, there were some moments. One was with Bonnie and Little Milton doing it for Grit Saint Groceries, all around the world. Bonnie Raitt came on. She heard that Milton was coming, and she said, "I'm coming too." And that's Bonnie, and that was great. And Al Green, standing next to BB King in that light. The time that Isaac Hayes came on, and we had like 20 musicians on stage to play Chef. Now he did Chef, but he was doing Chef at the time, so he did the Chef, but he did a Shaft dead on, and Mr. Brother Pitts came to play. The real guy
Right.
came to play.
With the wah-wah and
yeah,
everything.
wah-wah, and I was like, oh man, I'll just go. You go, there was so many great. I mean, oh my God. The times that I got to play with Bill, those are the times I got to play with people. But there were also times, I remember Shane MacGowan coming on with the Popes, and doing that Christmas song that he used to do, with the Pogues, and that was heavy to me. He was like a blues singer, an Irish band like that, Irish pub rock band, and there's so much blues in it. And I think the first time Green Day on our first guest, not Green Day, I'm sorry, our first guest was Radiohead. And seeing them as before they ever did anything before, and then seeing Green Day, their first TV thing. So we had always brought these young bands on,
Right.
and a lot of them, really exploded. So I don't think TV helped them. I thought they were going to be great anyway, And anytime Neil Young is in the building, to me, it's the building is better.
Oh, cool.
And that's it.
Cool.
That's great.
What
Well,
do we wanna play now?
Alice wants to know
Oh, wait.
when she can be on Conan. She's
Well, hopefully we'll have music again.
yeah.
Let me know. You got my number.
I'll tell you, it won't be in 21.
I'm not surprised.
Well, my question would be, if not now, when?
Oh, my goodness.
Boom. Mic drop.
You. See what you did there?
So, of course I know what I did. I'm not as dumb as I look.
Do you want to take your headphones off?
I don't know if I want to take them off. Okay, I'll take them off.
Or take one off. All right.
How's my hair?
Beautiful.
It's still there.
Now you know.
That was a song I wrote quite some time ago, and it's apropos in many ways, on a personal level, on a global level, and take from it what you will. And we're going to have a little surprise for you in the middle of it.
We're full of surprises
We are
tonight.
full of surprises.
Some
We
that
hope
we
you're
didn't
enjoying
even
the
know
show.
about.
I don't know about you guys out there in cyberspace, but we're having a lot of fun here. It's loose, as it always is, but we're having a lot of fun, and we hope you are too. Ready?
Yes.
When I was a young boy, I had these dreams. Play the bass, Alice.
Turning your guitar on.
Oh, yeah.
Your guitar was off.
Oh, let's do it again.
Yeah.
We'll do that
You know what?
because
We
that was
can.
such a good intro.
Because we
God,
can.
I don't know if I'll ever do it that well again. Okay, we'll try. Thanks for turning it on.
You're welcome.
Sorry about that.
Giving me shit.
Thanks.
Acting like I'm just
Sorry
messing
about
up
that.
the
Boy,
we used
bass.
to
I'm
say
trying to turn
that.
up
Hey,
your
play the
guitar.
bass. You're
Well,
saying
we
what?
used to say that. Thanks
Yeah.
for turning me on.
That's right. I remember that well.
Yeah, I do remember that one
1,
time.
2, 3, 4. When I was a young boy, I had these dreams. Time didn't matter, or so it seemed. Now I'm still a dreamer, like I was back then. Time keeps screaming, if not now, when? Hundreds of heartaches and broken down plans, so many what ifs, and what if I can? My fear held me captive, caged in a pen. It's time to break free, boy. If not now, when? If not now, when? If not me, who? I can't pretend, 'cause I know it's true. I'll make this vow, I swear, amen. My time is now. If not now, when? Doubting and blaming, time to let them go. 'Cause this healing journey, it can go so slow. But I hear these voices again and again. They keep on calling. If not now, I know it's true. I make this vow, I swear it.
Amen.
My time is now. If not now, when? Talk to me, Alice.
Well, I pulled out of Pittsburgh, rolling down that eastern seaboard. Got my diesel wound up and she's running like never before. There's a speed zone ahead, alright, but I don't see a cop in sight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Well, it seems like a month since I kissed my baby bye-bye. I could have a lot of lovers, but I don't need no other guy. I could find one to hold me tight, but I could never make believe it's alright. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Got my 10 forward gears and my sweet Georgia overdrive. Taking little white pills and my eyes are open wide. I just passed a Jimmy and White. I've been passing everything in sight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. Tell him, Freebo.
Well, my rig's a little old, but that don't mean she's slow. I got a flame from a stack and my smoke's blown black as coal. Well, my hometown's coming in sight. If you think I'm happy, you're right.
6 days on the road and I'm gonna
Make it home tonight. Play it for me, Jimmy. It's time to take this leap of faith without amen. Hello to destiny and goodbye regret. If not now, when? If not me, who? I can't pretend. Oh no, 'cause I know it's true. I make this vow, I swear it.
Amen.
My time is now. If not now, when? I make this vow, I swear it.
Amen.
My time is now. Oh, oh, if not now, when? Say it again. If not now, when? If not now, when? Ta-da!
I turned your D into a B minor, huh? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I love that. Love that.
That's
It's
kinda
fun
cool,
playing
too.
with you guys. So glad we
Yeah,
could do
it
this
felt
in
great.
person.
That's a nice group.
Can I ask a couple more audience questions before we
Please,
keep going?
yeah.
We got a question from Maddie K, and Maddie sent us a really generous tip, and we're so grateful for that. So let's see. He said, another question: did Jimmy get to pick his instruments he's playing tonight, and why did he pick what he picked?
Yes.
Good question.
Yeah, well, I did bring my hummingbird. I brought my hummingbird, which I got from Gibson. Beautiful new hummingbird. Because it plugs in, and most of Norm's great guitars here are, they're vintage.
Right.
And they're
not set up to
they
plug
don't
in.
have a pickup in them,
Right.
and we don't have the system to do that way. But I did play quite a few great ones. And then this I picked this resonator, this electric resonator, because we could plug it in also. But then this Guild Starfire. You know, when I was a kid, Guild was in New Jersey. They were in Hoboken. They made Guild guitars, and my friend's mother worked for Guild.
Really?
So when I was in 4th grade or 3rd grade or something, I'd go over to his house, and there'd be brochures everywhere of Guild guitars. You know? And this Starfire, I think it's a 5? A 7. This was the top of the line. It cost in 1964. It cost $500. My father made $50 a week. You know, so that we weren't gonna. You know, I wasn't even playing guitar yet, but this was a thing of a coveted piece of you know, art that every kid wanted a Guild, because Gene Cornish played one in the Rascals. Yeah, you know, and Tom Fogerty had one, and you know, Buddy Guy played a Starfire, and so I was looking around, and boy, we were looking at bursts and, you know, sunburst gold top sunburst guitars. We're looking at SGs. We're looking at Strats, Telecasters. You know, everything, every great Firebird, every great, you know, guitar. And then this little guy was like hiding behind a brand new Guild, and like, pick me.
Aww.
And I said, and it plays great.
Sounds like you might be going home with a new present tonight.
This is a classic story of being sent out with the cow and coming home with the beans, you know? And it just happens all the time, you know?
Wow. I really like that metaphor.
Well, no, I've been looking, and it's, you know, Norm always, he's like, why don't you come down? Because he knows why I don't come down. And but honestly, Norm, I had been like searching around a little for a Starfire, and even a 3, or, you know, and you could not find them. Nobody has them, you know, and they really haven't appreciated to an out of control place yet. And you get a great guitar, and this is I'm probably gonna have to, yeah.
Gonna have to come back and visit.
He might give you a
have
break
visitation.
on it.
It's not about coming back. It's about leaving with it.
This is great, Norm. We got to bring guests in here.
You know what? You bring Joe in here, and you know, me and guys like us. And he knows that we love him, and he. The thing about Norm's is you're getting what you're paying for.
Right.
You know, there's no issues. You know, there's a thing in the guitar business saying, oh, it has issues, but it has issues. You know, no, these guitars don't have issues. I don't think you even have much that do. If you do, you tell everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And that's that. But my God, the Les Pauls.
It's
I'm looking at everything that I already have, you know, first. And then this. Yeah,
Exactly.
yes, I am.
I don't know if you folks heard
Yeah,
that.
so
Norm said you're
yes.
not a customer, you're a victim.
Yes, they came off the wall. 2 of these came off the wall today, you know.
Yeah. And Freebo, there's a couple questions for you. Someone was asking actually about your guitar, wondering if it, just to clarify, that's actually Freebo's personal guitar, and they were wondering about Tommy Emmanuel's signature. We were just talking about Tommy earlier. We all agree, perhaps the greatest guitar player.
He's the best guitarist we know.
Ever. On the planet, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I went to see him. I had heard so much about him, and I'd seen a couple of YouTube, presentations, and he was playing in Bakersfield, and I was living near Bakersfield at the time. He was at the Bakersfield Music Hall of Fame, so I went there along with a whole bunch of other really good guitar players, and everybody just was jaw-dropping, incredible. And not only was he a great guitar player, a very personable guy.
Oh, great.
And what's really wonderful about Tommy is he's an incredible technician, but he's a beautiful musician, very sensitive.
Yeah.
He plays the music.
Yeah, plays the song.
He plays the song. His groove is great, and he doesn't play with ego.
What I loved about when I saw him live, he talked about how grateful he was to be there, and I just thought like he really told the story of being like a young kid and wanting so much to have this life and feeling like he hit the jackpot and like he's so lucky. And I just love, he just is like he's a human being. He came off so real and so cool.
Absolutely.
He's the best.
No, so I saw him play, and actually we were in the bathroom together. We wound up having a little conversation. We knew a couple people in common. And then afterwards I bought a CD from him, and he signed it, and I left. And I was driving home about an hour away, and my car got about 2 miles away, and it practically turned itself around. I had my guitar, which I've had since 1972. It's a 64 Martin D28 that you got at Matt Umanoff's in New York. And I had the guitar with me, and for some reason I thought, I got to get Tommy to sign it. And you know that, Norm. I mean, it's like, you have a guitar, you don't have somebody sign it in general, but I was so impressed that I don't know where it came from. So I went back, and he was packing up, and I brought it in and I said, Tommy, would you sign my guitar? He said, I'd love to. And I opened it up, and he said, oh, it's an old Martin. I said, it is. He said, what, mid-60s? I said, yeah, it's a 64. He said, may I play it? I said, of course. So he played it, and I've got some of Tommy's energy in there. And he signed it. I thought he was going to sign it in the back. He signed it right here in the front. Tommy Emmanuel, CGP.
Well, you know that.
Yeah. Is it certified guitar player or
Certified
guitar
guitar
professional?
Picker.
Picker?
And it came from Chet.
From Chet Atkins.
And
yeah.
Chet, very few people. Les Paul, Jerry Reed.
I think 5, including Tommy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who else, but Tommy was one of them. And there are very few, though, that he called.
And he always signed. He always says Tommy Emmanuel CGP. It's really important to him.
Because
Chet Atkins.
when
gosh.
It's his degree.
he endorsed him
well,
as a CGP.
But he even talked about in the show, he wouldn't be Tommy Emmanuel if it weren't for Chet Atkins. He took that style and just put on steroids.
Yeah. And you know what, too? You'll notice about this, I don't know if anyone can see that, but they obviously still taught penmanship in Australian schools.
It's very beautiful. You really couldn't have picked a better, someone with better handwriting.
so
What if
beautiful.
you'd gotten some like weird, scribble
on
there?
the face,
At least it's like legible, so everybody can say, "Oh, Tommy Emmanuel."
No, it's
That's
true.
so cool.
It's wonderful. I mean, he's just, if you haven't heard him, you got to hear him.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's incredible.
definitely.
But anyway,
You'll hear him and you'll think he's 3 guys playing at once.
Yeah.
And when people ask me, who the greatest guitar player is, I say Tommy Emmanuel because he can play songs.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
A
musical.
lot of us can play a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
but he plays songs, man. He is a certified.
And when he plays with somebody else, he does not overshadow them. He's
Yeah.
there as an accompanist. He's totally playing the song. I mean, and to me, that's what I always say what ensemble playing is about, and I'm sure you can relate to this, Jimmy. I've said this to Alice a bunch of times, but to me, ensemble playing is about, if you know your instrument, you don't have to be great, but if you know your instrument, and if you're playing with other people, if you just listen to what the other person or people are playing, you will intuitively know what to play, because you'll know when not to play, and you'll be listening to them, and you'll be respecting them. Hopefully they're doing the same with you. So you know when to take a fill, you know when to not take a fill, you know what to play, you know when to double, when not to double.
Yeah.
So it's all about listening.
You learn
and
that, though, by playing with others. And
yeah, but it's an ego thing too. It's a selfless thing. It's about the song.
Yeah.
It's not about you and your instrument. It's about the song. And of course, there's
serving the song.
And then there's a singer who is really serving the song. So it's about the song. The singer is, and then everything else is subservient to that.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And you just have to not only accept that but honor it. And when you do it, and that's a great play. Ever listen to James Taylor's band?
Oh yeah.
My God,
Yeah.
it's just incredible stuff.
Now you know Cooch can shred his brains out if he wants to, but never did. Those guys played the gig. On your own gig, that's another thing. But when we used to go see Muddy Waters and Wolf and all those guys, man, when I was a kid, and they'd come around and we'd go see them, and the guitar break happened, we were waiting for Muddy to come back in. Now you go to a show, you wait for the guitar solo.
Right.
And it was the opposite thing.
Hey,
It
speaking
was
of,
about the singer.
I am such a fan of Muddy. Can you play one of those Muddy tunes?
We can.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
I just want to listen.
Yeah, we can.
He started playing.
Because I've got the.
I don't know. He
OpenG.
was playing a bunch of different ones earlier before we got started. I was
Yeah.
loving
hold
it.
on a second. Yeah, we'll do that.
And maybe I'll announce our
want this
cable
one?
winner
Which one's in G?
while
this one?
we do that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you got perfect pitch.
So Freebo, we got a winner
For which?
for the cable.
Oh, great. Who is that?
His name is Tucker. I'm going to try to say his last name.
Not Tucker Carlson.
Botcher. Tucker Botcher, Boettcher. Tucker, if you're still watching, shoot me a message on my website. Congratulations. And thank you, everybody, for playing tonight. We will be doing the giveaway again next Wednesday, so definitely come in and watch next week and put your name in the hat again, and we'll hope for the best. It's been really fun giving these cables away. Thank you, Cordial Cables, for giving us so many wonderful opportunities to share your product with our fans. So
appreciate it, Mike.
These are really good cables. So Tucker, send me a message on my website. Just go to alicehowe.com and you'll find the contact form on there, and I will get you everything you need so that Cordial can send you that cable. So thanks for playing, everybody. And thank you all so much for your donations. I'm seeing them come in my email, and there's a lot of really generous donations tonight. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the show. Bruce, Eileen, Randy, Lisa, I could go on and on, Dara, Melinda, Tom, Raymond, thank you all so much, Glenn. So yeah, if you guys have something you can give, really helps us out tonight. So thanks so much to each of you for being here. Give us some.
Let's do Muddy. I'll
go
name
for
G
it.
from the 5.
Working on a high line, baby, both day and night. Working on a high line, baby, both day and night. Hey, I got a streamline woman, she make my electro kick off right. Say you wanna love me, you wanna get in the mood, huh? Said you wanna use my meter on your honey, drive away your blues. Working on a high line, baby, both day and night. Hey, I got a streamline woman, she make my electro kick off right. Turn down your window, baby. Turn down your window blind, baby, so the neighbors won't hear your Frigidaire whine. Working on a high line, baby, both day and night. Hey, I got a streamline woman, she make my electrode kick off right.
I love it. Thank you. Hey, I think it's time for a little B3 action.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna move.
No
that?
way.
Are you gonna move
This
that?
is our big finale, y'all. And for those of you that are on my email list and have been following me and my music, you know I made a little announcement that I was going to do a debut of an acoustic version of this song, and I'm really excited to have all three of these amazing players on it tonight. This is a song that Freebo and I wrote together, and it's called Getaway Car, and it appears on my last record. The album is Visions, and if you know the recording, you know that it's a pretty rockin' full band arrangement, and I've always had a fear, I guess, a phobia of trying to figure out how to play it on. Oh, okay. Sorry. What was I saying? Okay, there. Oh, good. You guys got it. Okay, good. They're moving the mic. It's good. We need to hear Norm. I was always I wasn't sure how to play it on acoustic by myself. It was the shoes of the band were too big for me to fill, and
The shoes of the band.
I think I'm ready.
Well, Lightning Hopkins used to say, "I'm gonna play it now, just me, no nothing."
Well, I got something here. So we got Norm Harris on the Hammond B3, and I'm
Play a
gonna
little bit, Norm, so I can hear what you sound like. Norm, just hit a little bit of keys, would you? Play just a little bit.
Can you turn them up?
That's great.
Is it good? Cool.
Yeah.
Screaming Norman.
All right, you all. Hope you enjoy this. This is Getaway Car. Let me get a good groove going.
Get a good groove going.
Okay, we're good. All the channels are on. I'm ready. I've been working so hard with nothing to show. It's time for a change. Why don't we get up and go? I'm making a break. Won't you be my partner in crime? We'll get away fast and get away far. Get away clean in my getaway car. Well, my motor is moaning, so come on inside. Buckle up, baby, I'm ready to ride. It's cozy and warm in my 5-speed shiny machine. Well, get away fast and get away far. Get away clean in my getaway car. If we get a flat tire, I still got a plan. I'll jack it up slow, you can give me a hand. And it ain't no hurry, I don't mind taking my time. Well, get away fast and get away far. Get away clean in my getaway car. Comes the bridge. Well, listen to Muddy, well, listen to Taj, stereo blasting while we get out of Dodge. If you don't like it, baby, you got me to blame, but I guarantee you'll be so glad you came. You know what I mean. Tell him, Jimmy.
Another one.
Take another one, Jimmy Vivino. destination. It's all about the ride. Whatever you need, you know I'll provide. Keep an eye on the road, keep the other eye on me. We'll get away fast and get away far, get away clean in my getaway car. My getaway car. Tell us, Norm.
Yeah, Norm.
Woo. Norm Harris. I got a full tank of gas. Won't you come on inside? I'm ready to ride.
Happening. Well, you talk about a groove.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, nice.
That was. I think that's a good note to end on
Oh,
tonight.
man.
Hey,
Man.
Jimmy Vivino, thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
No, that was my guitar.
You're,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say it fell down. Thank
Now
you.
that it's all over, I've finally gotten the logistics together.
You know, that's always how it goes.
No,
Thank
it's-
you.
It's cool, man. You know, I mean, as homemade as it can be.
You know, that's what we got here. We're
I
making
just
it
have
work.
to-
We're flying
yeah.
by the seat of our collective pants.
We sure. And Norm, come on over and say goodbye to everybody. That was beautiful,
That was
man.
great.
Don't ever say you can't play the B3.
I won't
please.
hear it.
Please. That was amazing. Watch out.
Yeah, if you really want to hear it, what do I do now?
No.
Do it?
Tripping over chords is another
We
thing.
don't need that one.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, it's good that we got these cordial cables because they don't break when you trip over them.
That's right. Hey, thank you, Norm. Thank you, Jimmy, Freebo, Jen,
Thank you, guys.
Brandon, Michael. Thank you all.
As always, you're
Each of
always
you.
welcome. We love you guys.
Thank you. We love
Thank
you too.
you.
Thank you all for tuning in. We really
you so
appreciate it. We're every Wednesday, 5 o'clock Pacific,
Yep.
8 o'clock Eastern. Do the math, you're in a different time zone. 1 o'clock in Great Britain.
Etc.
2 in the morning on the continent. 3 o'clock for my friends in Israel.
That's right.
But yeah, we love doing this, and Alice, I love doing it with you. Thank you,
Yeah,
and
likewise.
Norm, thank you for allowing us in here once a
My
month,
pleasure.
and for putting us on your YouTube
And
channel.
I
Really
had my
appreciate
buddy
it.
over here,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
thank
so
you.
it
I'm
was,
looking.
Jimmy.
I'm just drooling at that B3, looking at the setup and saying, "Wait, there's drums, there's a B3, there's guitars. There's Grant come in and play, and got
Grant, yeah, Grant's
Yeah, yeah,
Grant was unbelievable.
We're talking about Grant Geisman, one of the greatest guitar players out there. He could get him and
Yeah, no, he can.
Finnegan and-
he can play everything.
yeah.
So, Jimmy, really, what a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Jimmy Vivino.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Good
How
man.
about that?
All right.
Yeah.
We'll
We're
see
gonna
you
fade
all.
us out.
Everybody, be well.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah,
Stay
we'll see you
safe.
all
Take
next
care.
week, folks.
Lots of
Thank
soup.
You. Thanks
Bye,
for all your
guitars.
contributions.
Lots of soup. Yeah.
Bye bye.